I'll be able to utilize the wobble that I currently have as a lift pump. And then inside of here, we're just gonna be utilizing the DW810. Before the dyno, I would like to replace the UC10 bezel. The carbon fiber one that I got, the fitment is horrible. We just need to tune the car with the new fuel pump. And it's ready. Guys, like welcome back to Tony West DIY. My name is Wes, and yeah, the car is doing great. I don't know how many miles I put on it after the rebuild, but I think it already passed the braking process. However, there's a couple bugs that I have to fix, especially before I take it to the dyno. I think, I'm waiting for it. I'm pretty sure all you guys are just tired of watching modifications and stuff like that, but I'm not actually putting numbers, and I'm curious of how much horsepower this setup will make, especially because I rebuilt the engine. There's a couple stuff that I have to do before the dyno just to make sure that there's no issues and I don't make others waste time. And there's other stuff that I definitely want to get done or fix before deals gap, because now I'm closer. However, before those two events happen, there's a lot of stuff that I want to fix, and I put it in a board to make sure that I don't forget. Before the dyno, I would like to replace the UC10 bezel. The carbon fiber one that I got, the fitment is horrible. Hesitation, when I go wide open throttle, the car hesitates. Something's going on, I don't know. My assumption is that the fuel pump is not getting enough voltage, but fuel pressure is dropping around 30 psi. Flex fuel sensor, charge pipe. The hood is still heating that charge pipe. Power steering pump started making noise like an old Mustang, and I got a Mazda 929 power steering pump. Hopefully it's the same. Oil change and coolant. Right now it has still distilled water, and we are in freezing temperatures. Compression check. Spark plugs, that's a default. All this tip is because the fancy one, titanium that I have, blow by pushes this tip, it doesn't seal correctly. So I got the OEM one. All right, let's start working because I'm freezing, and welcome to today's video. And here it is. This is the Mazda 929 power steering pump, and I think it kind of looks similar. So far so good. So this is the one that I had in the RX-7. I just removed the sensor, which is going there. The banjo bolt goes there. 2 bolts for the reservoir bracket, and then the inlet from the reservoir bracket. So this one is reman. I got it from Rock Auto, but the price, it was I think 150 or something like that, compared with everything else that I've seen on the internet. 400 all the way to $1,000 for a power steering pump. So I'm still gonna keep mine. I'm gonna remove it and then refresh the bearing. Also, I noticed this bolt that goes to the pump was loose and was leaking, but I noticed over the compressor where the pulley is. Disregard that one was made out of this line when I removed the power steering pump. So I'm just gonna clean that area, clean the reservoir, and start assembling the power steering pump. Mazda 929 power steering pump for the wing. In order to fix the flex fuel sensor, I had to pull 12 bolts from a different location. This harness was made for a different car, and most of it worked out, but it was definitely not plug and play. I had to adjust and add more inputs like speed, clutch switch, brake switch, fixing the issue with the flex fuel, and other stuff that I had to either redo or add. I think the issue with the wall that I have right now is voltage, because those wall pull a lot of amps. Again, that's my assumption. But with this thing, I'll be able to utilize the wobble that I currently have as a lift pump. And then inside of here, we're just gonna be utilizing the DW810. And why I decided to go with this thing? Well, when I had the Adaptronic and even the PFC, I wanted to maintain the fuel pump with variable speed, not having 12 volts or high kill all the time. And I'm a firm believer, I don't know, there's no need to have a fuel pump, especially in 2026, 12 volts all the time. The other stuff is brushless, and I was looking for brushless fuel pumps. They're still too expensive, and again, too much for my setup. So I wasn't going to spend $1,500 or $1,800 for a fuel setup. And these fuel pump give me the opportunity of that. It only has 2 speed. The low speed, I think it works at 55%, and then full kill, but it's still better than having 12 volts all the time. In addition, that is brushless. In addition, that is really accessible. And with the Mustang Saline, I had a DW fuel pump installed in that car and never had any issues. It was supercharged, so hopefully this is reliable as the other one. I think if I keep adding excuses, this is only one fuel pump instead of having 3, 2, or whatever. So this is more simple, less complex. If it fails, I know that is the fuel pump, and brushless, so less amperage. I mean, even though I have a DC power alternator, but in addition with this gorgeous thing, you just have everything to make it look pretty and easy to install. This is my current setup, and if I put the top hat flat, first thing I noticed is how the fuel pump was. It was crooked, not straight, and that can cause problem, especially if I don't have enough fuel in the gas tank and I take a curve that can create fuel cavitation. That's the first issue that we're fixing today. What we need from here is the actual fuel pump, and I need that fuel level sensor. So okay, so I took where the filter was, pretty nice looking one. because when I was doing my research to see how I was able to utilize that fuel pump, I found a reel or a YouTube short from Tool by Sean, and he said that you needed to drill this piece in order to fit the DW fuel pump over there. And if you take a look, yep, it doesn't actually fit. But while I was doing the research on the actual Radium website, they sell this piece for extra, so you don't have to drill stuff. And if I'm not mistaken, this should fit. Yep, like so. So yeah, let me put everything back. We already have the lift pump squared away. Already have the fuel level sensor or sender plug retrofitted like the instruction says. And we almost done, boys.
What are those?
They are my Crocs.
Alright, this is how it's looking. So far, so good. Some stuff that I had to do was to cut this 4-plug wire that comes in this pigtail from the fuel pump. Radium provides the heat shrink and the eyelets to set it up. Something that I'm still not sure is, I'm assuming the orange is red. Blue, I was looking online and apparently it just triggers the fuel pump, and then negative white. And I was trying to put the other black in this location where it says brushless, but I cut it too short. So I'm just gonna put it on the negative right there. So I'm not sure again about the orange and blue or white, but if I look online, the white, it talks about this white, which is the one that triggers this one goes to ground and it triggers the full speed of the fuel pump. So I don't know, my assumption is that it does the same. This one goes to ground. I'll keep digging online, see if I can find it. The other stuff that I will have to do is the same, cutting this plug, because normally you have to drill the top hat and then you connect the 4-plug to this thing and then the controller goes there. So I have to do the same thing, cut these wires and put heat shrink in the eyelet so I can put it on the top hat right here. All the stuff that I did was the fuel sender. Radium comes with 2 actually, in case you messed up. Here's the other one. The other stuff that I didn't talk about was this fitting right here. On the website of Radium says that in addition of buying these for the A10, you have to buy this fitting. This is a check valve. Most of aftermarket fuel pump doesn't have check valve, so it loses fuel pressure as soon as you turn off the car. So yep, just don't forget that one too. All right, so we're getting to the part that apparently is a pain in the butt. Is to put that surge tank inside of the OEM gas tank. So I just wanted to show the lifting pump, how it's installed. Let me see if I can focus. And let me show you with the flashlight. So it's facing the rear part of the car. So there's 4 tabs. I don't know, I think I'm gonna put an arrow whenever I edit the video. But those tabs had to make sure that they are hugging the plastic small tank that is inside. And yeah, it wasn't as hard. Now I'm just gonna put this to the lifting or the inner inlet of the surge tank, and I'm gonna leave this loose because apparently this is the part that is gonna suck. And then this plug connects to that one. I'm gonna put my GoPro in my head, and yeah, wish me luck. Boy, this is the ultimate resiliency test. Nah, I'm kidding. So it wasn't that bad. Tricks that I can say, don't force it, and sometimes you need some rotation. Just let it go how that thing wants, and it should be fine. Just have to make sure you don't shave the wires, especially the level sensor wire sender. And I don't know. I had some issues. It was my bad. The rubber gasket, make sure that you fit it before you do everything. I forgot about that thing. And then I had issues with the previous fitting that I installed there. It was leaking, and I thought that was the Radium one. Had troubleshoot all that. Had to cut part of that rubber. This is the return line. So there's no need really to put an AN or a braided line, I should say. And yeah, this is kind of the harness that I'm building for. Remember, I have leaf pump, which is the Wabro 450, and then the DWA10, and in its, you know, it's dual speed. That's where I'm putting the controller. I'm not sure if this is a permanent location, because I heard that these things get really hot. But I'm wiring to a relay, and then I'm gonna utilize the blue wire, which is running all the way to the front, and the white one too. Actually, let me show you. I'm gonna run it to this plug right here in this harness that was made for a different car. This one had for several extra or auxiliary fuel pumps, and this should activate. These are like DPOs, if I'm not mistaken. This one is gonna activate the relay to turn on the fuel pump at 55%, and I'm gonna assign the other one for the controller, and this is gonna activate 100%. This is what I'm gonna do. I don't know if that's gonna work, but based on all the research that I've done online, I think that's how I'm gonna make it happen. I order DTM. No, I think this is DT4, but I ordered DTM4 for some stuff that is pending, that I'm just testing, and then hopefully again, I don't know, organize all that mess and mount the R3 back to original location. And man, if everything works, we just need to tune the car with the new fuel pump, and it's ready. All right, and I mentioned this already, but I didn't go in depth. So this ground is not needed anymore, and then this is for the fuel level sensor or sender. And if you print out Radium instructions, it will tell you what is needed. I mean, in this case, this is utilizing the OEM stock wiring, which I'm not using. But if this is what you're doing, then yeah, just use the white red. But for the level sensor, these are the colors, and I'm just trying to match them the best I could with the OEM, so blue and stuff like that. And then these will go, you know, respective location here, and these come from the controller. This for to run the DWA10. The way I'm gonna put it is red, this is positive, and you can see here that Radium has 3 spots for it. And what I did, I used this ground as well. So the ground, the black one is gonna be here, positive, then the blue one, and then the white on the other ground. For the relay, the middle one, you don't need it. You can see the instructions also on the Radium website. You can download it. And then one of the red ones goes straight to the battery, and that will have a fuse that it will be provided in this kit. Both red ones is interchangeable, so you can, if you use one side to put it straight to the battery, it doesn't matter which one it is. And then the opposite, the other red, is gonna go to the fuel pump, which is the one that's gonna activate the 55% speed. Black is ground, and I put it in conjunction with the controller ground, chassis ground. I put it on this location. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, there. And the blue one is the trigger, is the one that I ran to the Nexus R3. In this case, this blue one is activating 12 volts. However, this white one from the controller is the one that's supposed to go ground to activate full speed. This is the other one that I assigned on the R3 to go on ground. So, and this is my current setup. I wanted to show you guys because I was confused and I was trying to find online. I couldn't find anything and I had to play with it, but now it's working. So far so good. So I just wanted to lift the lift pump how I had it, straight to the R3 and no relay, utilizing a high current output. And then I just have to assign it as a lift pump. For the one that is triggering the 12 volt on the relay, I utilize this output again based on my harness, and technically this is the blue wire, and then another output, another DBO to activate the full speed, which this one will go to ground, and technically this is the white wire. I hope this video and all this information helped you. Because again, I was trying to do a lot of research, and a couple of videos I found, it were more generic, and then the ones that kind of go into the weeds and explain how to set up the relay was to a regular fuel pump, not a brushless, or not a DW810 specifically, or dual brushless. That was another video that you can set up utilizing generic channels like I told you, and then it will be based on duty cycle and you can ramp up the speed. In this case, this one has two speeds only, so hopefully it will work. Subscribe to the channel and press like. It sounds cliche, but it definitely helped me out. And then on the follow-up videos, I will let you know if it worked. And hopefully the next video will be in a dyno to make sure that we put an end on this project and I can utilize it and drive safely and reliable to Deals Gap.